Good morning. This is Randy. I have not made a video in quite a while. I just thought I would update people on a little bit about what's going on with me. So I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I am now running an Airbnb out of my home, renting a room, and I'm very surprised at the response. I didn't think that anybody would want to stay, at my house and, share a bathroom and want to actually come to this area, but surprisingly so, very many people do. And when I started this in September, I have been pretty much booked about as much as I can handle in the months of September, October, and November. So it's actually going quite well. Just a little way to make money on the side, and also it provides company for me so that I'm not alone. And some guests are more friendly or talkative than others. Some just want to be left alone, which is fine. Some like to come out and talk to me in the evenings before bed and come out to the living room or even eat dinner with me. One guy wanted to share a pizza. And so it's been quite interesting. I've met a lot of people, men and women. It's been mostly men, but there have been a couple of young women. And I've even met people from other countries with accents, someone from Brazil. I had someone here from China. So it's been quite an experience. I would highly recommend it. I think it takes a certain kind of person. I don't get freaked out by having a stranger here in my house. They're verified through the Airbnb and making a little bit of money. Again, I told you, as I said, it offers some kind of company, and sometimes I feel like I'm doing a bit of a service because it's people that aren't familiar with the area, and I kind of show them around or tell them about different things they can do, ways to avoid traffic, how to get around, etc. Okay, so what this video is really about, sorry, I'm putting my hand in the middle there over the camera. Okay, what this is about is dating. So if any of you who had been following me recall, I had that passive boyfriend for about 3 months from February to May, and I broke up with him. Basically, he was too passive, and I was frustrated with his passivity. So then I did not date anybody since then, except last weekend. Had contact with a guy on Plenty of Fish, and he's Middle Eastern. So I live near Dearborn, which is basically the Middle Eastern capital of the United States. And so I've always grown up around and been very familiar with the Middle Eastern culture and Middle Eastern men. We have a whole entire, couple, 2-3 towns right next door that are fully Middle Eastern with the best restaurants and the Arabic writing on the grocery stores, the mosques, and just, the whole 9 yards, the burqas. I'm just used to it. It's normal to me. It's just a culture that I've grown up with, just like anybody else might grow up very near to another major, culture. And so I've been exposed to that culture quite a bit. So anyway, what I just want to say what I like about this man. I'm not going to say what I do not like about him right now, and it's not serious. It's only been 3 dates, but what I liked about him initially is that he asked me out immediately. There was very little small talk over Plenty of Fish. He actually was ready to kind of go out within a few hours. I wasn't. I said, no, let's do that tomorrow. So he didn't mess around. He knew what he wanted. He wanted to meet. He didn't want to just chat or text or anything like that. So I like that. So it's very assertive and somebody who knows what they want to do. So what he wanted to do was go out to dinner and a movie. Sounds good to me. He wanted to take me to Red Lobster. Sounds fabulous. And the next day we went out on the date. So he was quite attractive, quite interesting. Still got a very full accent, even though he's been in this country for like 35 years, because he hangs out with other Middle Eastern people and he speaks that language. And he also speaks French. It's pretty common for the Arabic people to speak, he grew up in where I think it was Iran. But it's very common for them to speak Arabic, English, and French. And so that is the case with him. Anyway, then here's some other things that I like about him. He's very masculine. He has muscles at 53. He's 53. He has muscles, but they're not from working out or going to the gym. They're from actually working. He is a contractor. He's very skilled at home repair, and he does the same kind of work as my ex-husband with his own businesses. And I'm pretty used to being a supportive person, understanding that whole trade and that whole deal, and you know, the kind of random work hours, the type of work you'll have, you know, the messy van with all the tools, and you know, the very callous hands from doing that kind of hard work. Dirty clothes, I'm all used to that. Now, not that he wore dirty clothes on the day, but that's just part of his job, and I totally understand that. And the second thing I like about him is that he is not intimidated by me at all. He's not intimidated because I have a degree, or intimidated because I'm smart, or I'm whatever. He's just not intimidated by me, which makes me be able to be myself and not have to worry about, you know, his fragile little ego, because he doesn't have a fragile little ego. He's not desperate. He has friends. He has a sense of humor. He has nice teeth, and he's well groomed. One interesting thing that is a little bit different is that he actually has convictions. So he feels strongly. I mean, this is pretty stereotypical, but still good. He has a strong sense of family, strong sense of marriage. He is very strong in the community, and he has strong convictions regarding his religious beliefs. Not wishy-washy in any way. There's nothing that he doesn't have some kind of an opinion, and when he tells you his opinion, he speaks as if it's fact. And I just kind of think it's amusing, because obviously his opinions are just his beliefs, they're not fact. And I can point that out, and he's not argumentative at all. He has never argued with anything that I had said, even when I challenge him about some of his beliefs or about how his culture works. Okay, so he has very protective instincts, the protective male instinct to protect the woman, and also to provide for the woman. He feels that that's his duty, that's normal. He's very into the male-female roles, as you can well expect, but so far, when you're just dating, it doesn't feel oppressive in any way. It feels protective, and it feels nice. Now, You know, to be married to him might be quite a different story, because I don't know how he would be with decision making and the power aspect of a relationship, but that doesn't matter because I'm not getting married to him. I'm only going on dates with him. Another thing is that this man would never think of having me pay on a date. Our second date was dinner, and our third date was pizza at my house, and he actually installed a lock on my door. So he's very happy to be useful. He pulls out his wallet to pay. We went to a drugstore because we were waiting for the movie to start, and we were buying some iced tea so we could take it into the movie. And I wanted to buy my mom a Thanksgiving card, and he ended up just buying the card. I got my money out to pay for the card, and he said he would buy the card that I was trying to purchase for my mother for Thanksgiving. And so this is just what he does. It's not atypical of this culture, but it certainly is atypical of American men. I never meet American men that have these kind of qualities. Now, as I said, I'm not going to mention the negative qualities, because there are definitely some negatives. We're just talking about the positives right now and the things that I do like about him. The last couple things I have here listed is that he is a hard worker. He works probably 6 to 7 days a week as a contractor, and does those kind of dirty jobs and laborsome jobs, and he doesn't complain of aches and pains, not so far. Looks like he's pretty good in shape and pretty healthy. He's a vegetarian, basically, unless the food is cooked in a certain way. So he seems pretty health conscious, more than myself. And also, he does not drink alcohol. So those are the positive qualities of the Middle Eastern guy that I am dating. I'm sure it's probably not going to end up being anything serious. It's not a big deal. It's just dating. And this is the kind of guy that I like. And they're very rare. So it looks like I'm having to kind of go outside of my culture to find it. And I prefer to have not done that, but American men, you can't really find one that has these kind of convictions and this kind of masculinity, protectiveness, confidence, sense of humor, all the things I named, all in one package. Again, let's not talk about the negatives. After we break up, I'll tell you those. All right, thanks for listening, guys. Have a nice Sunday and a great Thanksgiving.